Hey everyone, this is Filip Rakowski. I'm a co-founder of Vue Storefront. I hope you know Vue Storefront after so many years of talking about it at conferences. If you don't know, well, check it out. And I wanted to invite you for my talk at Nuxt Nation, which will happen on 19th of October, which is quite soon. And I will be talking about web performance as every other talk that I'm giving. But this time, I'll talk about a very important aspect of web performance because I will be talking about setting the proper groundwork. So as we build our software projects, we know that basically the patterns and the architecture that we are setting at the very beginning, we are just repeating it or scaling it. So it is super important to make it right, because if you made some mistakes at this point, they will scale through the rest of the project lifecycle. So during this talk, I will show you how not to ruin your performance in the first commits, and by doing that, how to ensure that it will be smooth later on.
Who or what inspired you the most in your journey as a web developer?
Oh, this is a tough question, honestly, because from one perspective, I could mention people like Anton Alisa, who is a teacher. So he was actually a creator of a lot of courses that I was learning web development from. And the way how he was teaching it was not only like, this is the code and this is how you're using it. He was actually learning the proper mindset. So I could say that his mindset, learn, not imitate, was at quite a huge influence on, my career. Obviously, a lot of people from the open source space, even now, I think Daniel Rowe, for example, he's a great inspiration. We all love Daniel. And Daniel, if you're listening to this, you're awesome. But the truth is, like the people who are actually motivating you the most and inspiring you the most are usually the people that you're seeing every day, like people who are also excited about their jobs, who are also excited about the framework that you're using. Like, by having conversations with them, I'm actually getting myself motivated. So there is a whole group of people that I won't be mentioning right now.
Choose 2 Nuxt modules to build a web app as fast as possible. Which modules did you choose to finish the project and why?
Well, it is a tricky question because it really depends on what you're going to build, right? So I'm usually building things around e-commerce. So obviously I will choose the Storefront UI next module. Storefront UI is a library from Vue Storefront. I know I'm quite biased, but yes, that would be the one. And another thing that I'm doing very often is web performance. And actually, the package that I really love is Nuxt Image. And it is an initiative from Google Chrome to actually have cross compatibility of this image component across different frameworks. But, images are very often a bottleneck on websites. So it is quite cool that we have a package that is allowing to have great performing images in such a simple way. So these two I would choose, and everything else really depends.
If you had to pick a favorite Nuxt project, which one would it be?
I will be biased again, like a completely biased, because you already know the answer. But I would choose Vue Storefront. And I would choose it mostly because of my personal attachment, probably, but also because I think it is a really good project. Like, it is completely open source. You can set up an e-commerce store, for actually any e-commerce backend using open source technologies in really like a moment. Like, we're giving you everything out of the box, but I'm finishing now because it starts to sound like an advertisement.
If you could invite 3 influential figures from the web world, past or present, who would they be and what would be the most intriguing topic of discussion at the table?
3. Oh my God. Like, for sure, for this conference, I would love to actually have a cross-framework discussion with the representatives of different frameworks. So I would love, of course, to have Daniel, but you already have Daniel. I would love to have Miško Hevere, who is actually creator of Quick. You're doing amazing job around performance. I would love to have Fred Schkop from Astro. So we have 3 people. I would love to have them sitting in one room discussing what is actually the best approach for modern meta frameworks to have a great performance, not only to have a great performance out of the box, because let's be honest, this is quite easy for everyone and everyone has great performance out of the box, but how to have great performance at scale and how to actually prevent your users from breaking it. I think Quick has some great answers to that. I know Nuxt is also doing very well recently, especially with performance features. Astro has a different mindset, but also Astro websites are super fast. So, hearing those three people discussing, that would be super cool.